welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris with Flyway Connections. Welcome to another show. I'm here with my buddy Joe. Joe.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
All right, so we actually have a special guest today from good old Joe's neck of the woods. And go ahead, Joe. Who's our special guest?
So today I'd like to introduce Charlie Barberini, one of the guys from Golden State Guide Service. Hey, how you doing today, Charlie?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, did he butcher your last name?
Hell yeah, he did.
So how's it pronounced?
Barberini.
Barberini. Yeah. So what's funny is last episode, me and Bill Daniels from Rice and Custom Calls, we were both trying to say it, and we're like, man, one of us has to be right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, it's all good. That's a hard one.
No, but I just thought it was funny because the whole time he's like a little girl over here. I'm talking to somebody from my hometown. I was like, bro, calm down. Yeah. It's like, because I'm from Texas, so I'm like making fun of him all the time, making these California jokes. And
yeah, people don't know that California's an outdoor state.
Oh, it's a huge outdoor state. You know, you don't hear about it, but, you know, I mean, it's, you know, most of the whole state's agriculture and outdoors. And, yeah, I mean, no one really thinks of California that way, but it's a huge state, and there's a lot of hunting, a lot of fishing to be done, a lot of really good hunting and fishing, to be honest.
Yeah.
So here's my question, because I was actually based in California for a little bit back in the day, but I was in Southern California, so I know there's like a little rivalry between North Cal and SoCal, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, Texas doesn't have that big a deal, but anyways. For the listeners who aren't from California, and I will agree with you, I fell in love with the views, not the city, but of the, I guess you would say, back country of California. Yosemite, Big Bear. I mean, I was right next to Big Bear, and I fell in love with that place.
Big old bear.
Yeah, Big Old Bear. I fell in love with that place. So. And you see all kinds of animals there. You see mountain goats. You see everything. But for for the listeners, what is the pricing to get a hunting license in California?
Oh shit!
Oh man, you're throwing me a curve here. I think like a non-resident, it's like $100 and something bucks, $150. It's not terrible, you know. I mean, I've been to states that's definitely higher.
No, and I agree, and I don't think it's that bad. For people who aren't the everyday hunter, but for weekend warriors, that's the only thing that got me, like, cringed me. I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
but yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, like a lot of my clients and stuff that are flying in. They're only out here for a couple days, and California sells like 3-day licenses and 5-day licenses. So it's really not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. And I will definitely, anybody who's listening, I would definitely recommend going to California to hunt, only because fishing there was amazing. I fished Big Bear all the time. I didn't go much. I didn't fish up in Northern California, but I did fish down in Southern California around Big Bear and, kind of the Barstow area and High Valley or the High Desert. But it's definitely really good. I would recommend people to go down there just to see the outdoors, because I think what people stray away is that they have no idea that just the outdoors is there. Because when they first told me, oh, you're going to California to get based, I thought LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, San Francisco, LA. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's crazy is when I was a kid, I actually lived by San Francisco. My stepfather was based at a Navy base that was closed down over there.
Oh, Bear Island.
Yeah. And,
on Bear Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a kid, and the only thing I really remember is a theme park on the beach.
Yeah, it was Six Flags.
Exactly. It's still there. It's still going.
Yeah.
But I as far as California, I will say the backcountry, I love it. Beautiful. But
yeah, it's hard to beat, man.
I could not stand being in LA.
But it's all of California is like that. You have these huge areas that are just super populated, but as soon as you get out of them, it's like the Midwest in a lot of ways, except we got mountains too, but it's just agriculture everywhere you look until you get to the mountains, and even that's not that populated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and I think everywhere, because I can't stand going to Austin. and I'm from Texas.
Exactly.
So
Dallas, Fort Worth.
yeah,
you know?
I definitely can't
it's all
stand
the
Dallas
same.
Fort Worth no more.
Yeah. Well, I tell a lot of people, especially being in Louisiana, it's like, Louisiana talks about rice country, but
Nobody wants to go to New Orleans to get.
Yeah, but California has tons of rice fields.
Yeah, and that's something. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say we're second to Arkansas when it comes to rice production. I mean, the whole Sac Valley is rice fields.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
go up to Butte, Maxwell.
And honestly, I had no idea until Joe told me like all the rice fields up there. I was like, really? Y'all got rice fields? I was thinking like
all that's rice fields.
orange fields and like I was
Rice
thinking what
fields.
Cain Velasquez's dad when he did the interview or whatever. He was a fruit picker or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but rice fields, pears, almonds. I mean, it's all over California.
Yeah, we got, then you get to the coast and there's a lot of like berries and flowers and, like throughout the whole state, they grow about everything depending on where you're getting, but it's so long and it's on the coast so that, you're changing so much, area. So there's just a lot.
yeah.
It just depends where you're at.
But yeah, I mean, we're super excited you're on the show. I mean, I'll tell you, Joe is a lot more excited than I am. As soon as I got, I mean, and not saying that I'm not excited, but his excitement is a level where you gotta start thinking, maybe, I don't know, this guy, I think he might take me in a dark room one day and something.
Yeah, people understand.
But he's all like, I'm talking to my boy from Cali. He's from my hood. He's from my area.
Hey,
and I'm like,
you guys don't believe it.
And I'm like, man, calm down, man. I was like, all right. And he's showing me videos of you and Tangle Free and stuff, guiding. And then he's showing me, I was like, yeah, this guy, I mean, I was a little psyched. I was like, oh man, I really like, I like the what's the word I'm saying? Camaraderie. Damn, I can't even talk, man.
Yeah.
The friendship.
You're just too excited.
Yeah, the friend. Yeah, man. But
he's over here talking shit.
Because I saw the videos and you're with a lot of your buddies, the same guys, and it just reminded me of like me and Joe going out hunting, or like the guys we take with us, and we, it's just like something that you do with the. Is different when you the guys you take out just every now and then. You guys go to have a couple beers, but these guys, you guys are out grinding.
Exactly.
Yeah, but.
So how was your duck season this year?
Dude, we had a really good duck season. It started on fire. Early in the season, we're hunting scoters from the time the season opens, which is last weekend of October, and they were here hot and heavy pretty much till the time I moved into shooting divers, and the divers were here thick. I mean, it was an incredible duck season.
Yeah.
So tons of birds.
You shoot the scoters and the divers in the same area?
It's all in the San Francisco Bay, but I mean, there's pockets of birds kind of all over. So we move around a bit, but like the scoters, we're kind of more towards the ocean, and then the divers are coming up more towards where there's more fresh. It's just, but you shoot divers when you're shooting scoters, and you shoot scoters when you're shooting divers sometimes. Yeah.
So we've been kind of like, bull crapping. I try not to cuss on this podcast because I try to keep it kid friendly, but, and we're already like 10 minutes in. Let the listeners who don't really know, because we get a lot of new waterfowlers, we get a lot of new people who are into the outdoors, a lot of veterans. I don't know if Joe told you exactly what we try to do. We try to assist veterans getting names out there for Valor and Honor, or getting the source out there for veterans to use with Valor and Honor Outdoors. I know you're a guide. Yeah, can you explain to our listeners what does that entail and what does that mean as far as guiding?
Like, what do I offer?
Yeah.
It's pretty much I take guys, and, when I get guys from out of state, we'll do a few hunts, but it's day charters. I got hotels and stuff around here, but we go out most all the time. I mean, hunting's hunting, but usually there's a lot to shoot at, a lot of missed shots. They're tough because these sea ducks and divers, they're flying low on the water, they're fast, and then they put the brakes on quick in the decoy. So it's good that there's a ton of opportunity on most hunts to pull the trigger. Takes a little while to get your lead on, and we're really fortunate to have such an incredible pocket of birds that we, if you're a new hunter, it's no worries. I always tell them you got to relax. Like, just take your time. You're going to get plenty of opportunity. And, we take a lot of veterans out. And it's a fun hunt because, normally it's a pretty quick hunt. A long day, we're usually back by 12, and that's pretty dang long. But, we stick it out if we have to, but there's usually always something buzzing around.
Okay, nice. So as far as guiding, do you guide just in California or do you guide?
This is my first year guiding just in California. It's the last, 8 years I've been all over the place. And, I always guided a little bit in California, but I was so busy in the Midwest and Oklahoma and Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, and then spent half the year in Alaska guiding up there. So it's good to be home. Started this year, full time, and really enjoying it.
Okay, so what is the guide service or the organization just for our listeners, let's say somebody's like, oh, I want to go hang out with that guy because he sounds cool or whatever, but just for the listeners.
So it's goldenstateguideservice.com. We've got a website.
Uh-huh.
Also on Instagram, Golden State Guide Service. On Facebook, same thing. That's kind of social media seems where it's at these days. I do a lot of posting on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I pick up a lot of my hunting work. Fishing, I have a different couple outlets that I pick work up from, but also follow me at Charlie Barberini.
Mm-hmm.
And you can slide in the DMs there, holler at me, and give you anything you need.
Okay, sounds good. So I think there's a question me and Joe actually have. So when it comes to let's say the different flyways, as far as just for our listeners too, just who are new to the outdoors, is there a difference? Is there something you're doing different in each flyway or even each different region?
Yeah, I would say the strongest flyway has to be the Pacific Flyway. I mean, there's more birds, there's more variety of birds, and but like the Midwest, there's so much less pressure. It's easy to get day leases on fields or get permission to hunt fields, but out here it's a lot different. We have so much water, being that we have the rice and then all this stuff. So if you're trying to chase geese and then the money, it's a lot harder to get permission. You pretty much got a year lease something, but as far as bird numbers go and hunting, I mean, you can't hold a candle to the Pacific Flyway.
I remember hunting in the 90s. I'm 35 now, but like when I was first starting, I remember when the speckled belly goose was it 98 was 2 geese a day, and now it's what, 10?
Exactly. Yeah, 10. And that's another thing there's so many birds in the Pacific Flyway that we definitely have the most liberal limits here in California as far as shoot. You can shoot 7 ducks a day. 7 of them can be mallards. The pintails, that's nationally regulated, so kind of whatever anyone else has. But we have more pintails than the rest of the ducks combined in California. So you shoot your pintail when you're in the rice. I mean, you shoot one and then you're watching them fly around all day. But
a lot of listeners. My first duck, I think I was 12 when I first started hunting in California. My first duck hunt was a bull pintail.
Exactly. There's tons of them. Dark geese, not just speckle bellies, but you can shoot 10 Canada geese. There's a few areas, around the state that have different rules. You get up northeast, I think you're only allowed 2 Canada geese, but we've got a lot of late seasons for different geese. We've got a 5-day snow goose season that you can shoot geese. It's not snow geese. You can shoot specks too. They just opened a veteran season. So I think it's after duck season closes, it's the next weekend's juniors, and then it's veterans. And then there's the 5-day goose season after that. And then there's like a 20-day goose season up in Northeast. There's an Aleutian season that's I think it's getting ready to start. There's quite a bit of waterfowl hunting.
Okay.
So when you go into talking about you guided in the Midwest, you guided in the South on the West Coast. I know you mainly you're hunting probably the San Francisco Bay out there outside the gate, shooting those brants and sea ducks and those divers. But what's your favorite to chase? The sea ducks and the divers, or going up to the Butte Sink, Maxwell, Princeton, and hunting out those rice fields for the puddle ducks?
As far as that, I'm a sea duck guy. I'm a goose guy, honestly. I like dry field goose hunting. That's what I did in the Midwest for years, and it's hard to get that out of me. This year, I had a couple good fun hunts with some friends. We piled them up. But, you know, as far as guiding and as far as it's so fun doing the sea ducks, there's so much action, you know, there's no stress of like, oh, are we going to kill them? Like you're getting shooting, you're, you know, having fun, big flocks a lot of the times, lots of variety. And it's cool because you're taking out, most people don't do that. It's hard to do. So you're taking out people that are excited about one duck, let alone shooting limits of them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I definitely, so me personally, like if I was, cause I grew up in Texas, I grew up, I didn't waterfowl hunt, you know? I fished a deer hunt and stuff like that. But when I started waterfowl hunting, it was when I met Joe here. And I haven't gone, we haven't hunted any diving ducks because the only coast, well, the bluebill I shot.
The bluebills and the ringnecks.
But it wasn't like the target because, you know, it's kind of like Louisiana, it's Texas. So actually, I do like, and I'm going to say my preference, but again, I'm also a new waterfowl. Both you and Joe have been doing this since, you know, kids and stuff. So as of right now, my preference is hunting the timbers. I just like being out there. For me, it makes me feel like if I'm deer hunting.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest.
Special.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I'm used to not killing something, so if I don't come with anything out there, for me, it's just the experience, you know.
Oh yeah, and you know, I mean, watching them ducks break down through the trees nothing holds a candle to that.
Yeah, and those wood ducks, man, they can be prima donnas.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, but
quick.
As far as when you're going out to hunt, and this is something I'd like to know just for me anyways, but and obviously for our viewers, because I'm sure they're curious about this. So when you're going out to hunt, what do you shoot?
So early in the season, we do scoter hunts, and you know, it's beginning, or I should say the end of October through November, a little bit into December. That's our target. That time of year, they migrate real early. They're here in full numbers, but there's really not a lot around. You know, we'll shoot some other stuff, golden eyes, bluebill, things like that. But so beginning of the season, pretty strict scoters. Then, you know, December comes around, the divers start showing up pretty heavy, and that's when you're getting into golden eyes, and we get both lesser and greater bluebill or scop, bubbleheads, canvasbacks, you know, ringneck here or there, mergansers if you want to shoot them. You know,
yeah,
exactly. You know, I mean, you never know. You get a lot, you know, doing hunts like this. We get a lot of guys that are more about collecting birds than piling it up. And then you get a lot of the guys that just want to go pull the trigger. So, you know, if mergansers come in, they want to shoot them, feel free. If not, don't. It doesn't bother me none. But there's not a ton around.
What kind of shotgun?
So, I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's that? I was just gonna say, you know, that's about the basics. We shoot random stuff. You seem to get a goose every once in a while, some honkers, puddle ducks, but mostly when we're in the saltwater, that's what we're shooting.
So what's your shooting setup? Like, what do you shoot as far as like shotgun and shells?
I shoot a Benelli M2.
Okay.
And shoot Boss number 5.
Oh wow!
We just had matter of fact, a couple weeks ago we had Lee from Boss Shotguns Shotguns.
My boy.
Yeah, we had him, and man, we had a great conversation. If you get a chance, listen to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you want to listen to it. But
of course, yeah. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, man, he's a cool guy, man. I really did enjoy him. I liked him.
He's seen and done it all.
Oh yeah. You ever get to hunt up or guide any up in the marsh any, like about Sassoon or about Brown Grizzly Island?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I grew up hunting a little bit over there, kind of hunting all the marshes. That's kind of where I, as soon as my grandpa had a duck club, and that's what got me into hunting when I was young. But once I got my driver's license, I was pretty much in the marshes whenever I could.
What duck club was it, if you mind me asking?
He was Oakland Associates, kind of right down from, their clubhouse is right across from Lambertville on Road 68.
Yeah, we
right
had
by Sac Refuge.
Yeah, we had two. I used to belong to Richmond Hunting Club up there.
Okay.
And then we up there in Maxwell, we had Moon Lake, and then Man, for the longest, we used to hunt Tullyville.
Okay, yeah, those all ring a bell.
Yeah, Tullyville, yeah. That's about right. They put up against the Mossball fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like mid-90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, that's good. That's good hunting now.
Yeah. It was definitely a good place to learn to hunt.
Yeah, he's over here got the cheesy smile and stuff because he's actually speaking to somebody from his from Cali instead of all these Southerners and stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to hunt there. That's 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah. But so I got another question because I'm a big baseball fan, and the answer you give me is going to determine if I hang up or not. But are you a Giants fan?
Of course.
If he said Oakland A's, I was like, over.
Of course. And I hate the Dodgers with a passion.
Yes. So it was a good day.
Clayton Kershaw, man. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
He's from Highland. And actually,
Giants,
down the street, or not down the street, he's actually like 20 miles from me, but.
Yeah, get out of here.
Him and good old what's his name?
What's that?
Him and Matt Stafford. They went to school together. They played baseball and football together.
I know, and at one point they were both the highest paid players in football and baseball. That's kind of crazy. Imagine like being buddies and one's making the most money in the NFL and one's making the most money in the MLB.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, apparently Stafford's actually a good ball player too. I mean, I saw some videos of him.
I think I think he could have played ball, but he chose football.
Yeah, he chose football. But I mean, I'm not a Dodgers fan, and
Dodgers fans are fans.
I'm gonna tell you,
I'll hang up.
Yeah, I'm a Rangers fan. We haven't won a World Series, so there's nothing for you to hang up on. But
we made sure of that.
Yeah, I know 2000. Yeah,
you guys tried.
Hey, we came close. Hey, I don't want to hear it. We also don't have the money that the Giants have. But anyways, well, that's a deeper conversation. There's probably gonna be cuss words going across, and I'm trying to keep this kid friendly. But I like Clayton Kershaw, and I think maybe it's just a region thing where he's from. But I like Yu Darvish, and Yu Darvish played for them. Now he plays for the Padres.
I think so.
Yeah. So.
Now I'll tell you what. It's good to see the Dodgers won a World Series. They had to do it on a fake season.
Oh man, and what's crazy is like when I was based in California, I had a bunch of like Southern California buddies that are like all big Dodgers fans that listen to this. And I'm gonna laugh when they listen to this.
Oh yeah, listen up.
Yeah, because I used to make fun of them, but I mean, I didn't have room to talk. I was a Rangers fan. The Astros got a World Series before we did, so.
Exactly.
So one thing that me and Chris were talking about before we come on the show, the setup you guys use for these big diver hunts in the ocean and the sea ducks. How many decoys are you guys using, and what's the rig? Like, are you guys using like long lines like we'd use like in a lake for divers, or is it something different being that deeper salt water?
It depends. The bay is actually really shallow in most spots. So like scoters, I'll usually run 2 long lines and then a bunch of singles to break it up. And it's usually about 4 or 5 dozen. And then same with the divers, except the divers, I don't throw long lines. No. Most of the diver hunts, it's like, if it's deep, it's 12 feet where we're hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they roost out in the deeper stuff, and then that's when they're coming in shallower to feed. So most of the time where you're hunting them is, it's pretty dang shallow. And there's a lot of times we're hunting like 3 feet, 2 feet, but it's all tidal, so it depends on the tide.
Yep.
So when it comes to puddle ducks, because most of the hunting I do is puddle ducks, just because of the area I'm at, and diving ducks, as far as the setup, your decoy setup, is it different? Are you pushing more out? Are you having more decoys, the numbers, the breeds or species of duck that you're pushing out there?
Like scoter hunting, I'll usually just run all scoter decoys. It depends on the wind, where the boat's located, because scoter hunting 9 times out of 10 we're hunting out of the boat. So yeah, a lot of the times it's just like a big blob on one side, blob in the middle, run a few out, kind of tell them where to go. Same with the divers. You got to get trickier when you have weird winds, or you can't get somewhere where the wind's at your back and your side shooting them or doing something like that. But for the most part, I mean, you're just trying to get a big pocket of them, because divers go to the biggest numbers. Same with scoters. They're going to go land where, you know, it's a big pile of them. So if you really spread them out and it doesn't look like there's a bunch sitting in one spot, it doesn't do you no good.
Okay, so at least from my junior experience, and you and Joe can correct me, as far as you as far as species, you obviously you don't mix up the species, because I know from what I've learned, even wood ducks, if you put a mallard out there, I think for some reason they feel safer, or
you know, like, but what we're doing, like, you'll see it too. Like when I'm hunting divers where there's a few different species that we're shooting, you got the golden eyes. I always segregate them. Mm-hmm. And it seems like as they're coming in, they know, and the golden eyes go to the golden eye side and the bluebills go to the bluebill side. You know, and it's just, if you're hunting somewhere where it's predominantly golden eyes, you always put my golden eyes on the top end, you know, with the wind, make it easier. And you'll watch, like, on those days where the bluebill are coming into the pocket, they're setting up right, and they'll hook last minute right to the bluebill decoys. And same with the buffleheads. I only throw like 4 or 5 of those out on the outside. Mm-hmm. And buffleheads go to buffleheads. No matter where they're at, that's where they're landed.
Okay, nice. So when it comes to the duck, as far as a diving duck, you said you hands down the one that you hunt or prefer to look for or harvest is any geese.
Not geese. I mean, like, as far as duck or like bird hunting. Or
yeah, bird hunting.
Bird hunting, it depends. I really enjoy the divers and the sea ducks.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, but like anymore, I did the goose hunting for so long, guiding. It's a lot of work. You're scouting, you're trying to find them, you're up ass crack of dawn setting out decoys, and I really enjoy chasing divers.
Okay.
When you're chasing divers, do you guys? Because I know you do. So you guys use some brand guides. Do you set the brand separately, or do you kind of mix?
I don't target brand.
Oh, you don't target brand?
No. The brand hunting's not great in California. There's too many people doing it. I just I stick to the divers.
Stick to the divers. All right.
So what's the brand? What's this brand hunt? And then I'm curious, and then for the listeners too.
Well, to be honest, the first rule of brant hunting is you don't talk about brant hunting.
Oh, okay. So maybe we should like not air this show.
Yeah, you guys keep bringing up the B word, and I'm cringing.
Hey,
he brought it up, not me. You guys know this more than I do. I could bring up some stuff that I'm not supposed to, but
I just remember seeing the brant hunter when I used to salmon fish out there.
Oh yeah, you're crossing lines now. Don't say where.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
All right, so we'll stop there and not mention the B word no more.
Yeah, no more B words.
But so you grew up in Northern California, correct? Are you originally from there, or you just?
Yep, East Bay. About a 20-minute ride to Oakland, 30-minute ride to San Francisco. No traffic. Mm-hmm. Born and raised there my whole life. And then when I was 18, I left to Alaska.
So, this is saltwater fishing in Alaska, saltwater fishing in California. Which one do you like best?
Alaska.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's different. You know, Alaska's, a small halibut's a big halibut here. And but don't get me wrong, I guide for halibut here. I love it. It's different.
That's probably, I said halibut and sturgeon are my two favorite right up there with the salmon for fishing.
Yeah, we had this this big
argument
peeing contest between me and Joe because, I'm from North Texas, so we don't. The ocean, the Gulf is a couple hours away, so we really didn't go. So it was all freshwater fishing for me, and we started talking about fishing. Who was a better fisherman? He's like, I caught this. Well, no, duh. You've saltwater fished.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, come on, man. And then he's all like, yeah, I've caught this many fish and this is so long. I'm like, later on, I find out that his dad was a guide. It's like, no wonder. Like, you guys are guiding and catching these fish. Like, come on, man. Like, I'll take you to a little pond. We'll see. We'll put $20 up and we'll see who catches the most bluegills,
have a
crappie.
secret spot in my heart, man. I love catching bluegill.
Oh yeah, you know what? This is a little secret of mine, and I'm sure it's not a secret. I'm sure other people use it, but Slim Jim.
Really?
You put a Slim Jim on a little hook, throw it in there, you get you some bluegills. Now, don't hold me to it because it probably won't. For my luck, it probably won't work for you. But
I'm glad there's someone stealing that.
Who wouldn't like a Slim Jim, man?
yeah, but
So when you
Not
were
into
saying,
them long boys.
when you were saying you guided or fish for other companies, were you doing the 6-pack boats or was it actual party boats?
I've always been a 6-pack guy.
Yeah.
I was looking into it when I moved to California. I was looking into party boats. Still want to get one down the road, but
Yeah.
I've always been a 6-pack. 6-pack for the last 10 years, and I just enjoy it. You get to spend time with the clients. You get to make connections, talk to people. The clients have more help from the crew.
Yeah.
Where those big party boats, I mean, they're great. They're good fishing, but it's just the 6-pack's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to people, and you're pretty much a boat driver when you're running the big boats.
Yeah,
You
big
got a lot
boats.
going on. Yeah, you're not leaving the wheelhouse, and you're not really getting to talk to people as much, and that's kind of what I enjoy.
Yeah, that's what my old man is doing right now. He's doing the 6-packs for striped bass.
Yeah, where at? Lake Texoma?
No, he's in
out
California.
here.
Yeah, he's out there.
Oh, okay.
Lost Anchor Harbor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's out of right now.
What's his company?
It's just freelance right now. I'm
Okay.
trying to talk him to do it. But you ever fish the sturgeon derby?
I was gonna fish it this year, and I had to go down to McAvoy.
Yeah,
I went and
McAvoy
talked to
Harbor.
guys
Yeah.
I went and talked to the guys, check it in, and they had like 700 boats checked in
so
on like
the last couple of
Wednesday.
years, my dad ran that sturgeon derby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I wonder, is he doing it out of McAvoy?
Yep. You know that basketball out of McAvoy?
Yeah, that's probably who I talked to.
Yeah, George Spears.
Okay.
hey, he talked to your dad, dude.
Excuse me?
I said he's in there drinking some cold Coors Lights, checking people in.
Oh, yeah, that's probably him. That or smoking something from those lunch plates.
There you go.
Yeah.
So have you never seen Joe? Look at his father and think of a younger him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exact same guy. I was like,
Fall far from the
yeah, it was. He showed me a picture and was like, bro, that looks like you with gray hair.
Yeah, but I grew up fishing there. I don't know if you sturgeon fish a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I got this boat. I just picked this boat up about January, and I was gonna do that, but I ended up just getting a bunch of projects knocked out of the way. So next year I'll be out of there, whether McAvoy or Martinez. I don't know where I'll keep it yet, but Martinez is my home. So.
Oh yeah, that's where my mom works at. My mom,
okay.
she retired. She worked for the Postal Service in Martinez.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you know sturgeon fishing, you know Abe and Ange Kunang?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, they wrote a bunch of books about sturgeon fishing.
Okay.
There, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's who we used to sturgeon fish with a lot.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Sturgeon fishing, man. When I tell people about sturgeon fishing, it's kind of like the slow catfishing, but man, with the second you hook into a sturgeon,
Game on.
yeah, it's a fight you'll never have.
I'll be honest,
Yeah.
man. I have no idea what a sturgeon is.
Yeah.
But if you said if it's like a catfish, I might like it.
Yeah.
So-
it's a catfish on crack, man.
So Joe was making fun. Joe,
Yeah, they have. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, Joe was making fun of me because he's all like, "You catfish? That's like hillbilly stuff." I'm like, man, I grew up catfishing and crappie fishing and bluegill fishing. I was like, but then I come to find out, talking to his dad, he actually did a lot of catfishing himself. I was like, oh, so it's
Unreal.
Yeah, you get bored of everyone. So, guiding the fishing and the ducks, what would you rather have? What would you rather do?
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I love them both. Towards the end of middle of duck season, I'm thinking about fishing. Towards the middle of fishing season, I'm thinking about duck hunting.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, you're getting burned out and you're ready to break the rods out, or when you're fishing nonstop, you're ready to go hunting.
yeah, I think that's for me right now. So like right now, I've been going out fishing and I mean, I've sent some hogs pictures to Joe. He might say that I didn't, but 3 pound mama crappie and stuff. But anyway,
yeah, this year, man, I haven't just been fishing.
Yeah, so
turkey season's about to start. And I'm kind of looking at that.
Yeah, we're actually gonna go this weekend. Try to get some turkey on the hunting lease I got here down in Louisiana. But
heck yeah!
Hopefully we get something. But I'm definitely gonna go out. I will say, like you, my first love is fishing. I definitely didn't fish to the standard that you guys were fishing, because I will say from videos and people I've talked to, saltwater fishing is a different game.
It is, man.
Yeah.
It's once you get hooked on that saltwater, it's hard to go back. For me, anyways.
And that's something I think I want to do before. That's on my bucket list. But I mean,
I got to drive down to Galveston, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. For some reason, what's crazy is Texas. All I hear are, at least the guys that I know from the Gulf area, they're all about reds. I'm like, okay, and I talked to Joe about it. He goes, "Oh, reds are like what is the fishing called?
Stripers."
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, because every person I talk to from the Gulf area in Texas, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna go catch some reds. I'm gonna go." And it's like,
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, they're so fun. I love catching redfish.
Yeah, but I definitely but yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I go out with good old dad, and he at night we crappie fish, and he was a big catfishing, and I think it was because he just wanted to throw a rod out there and drink. So
yeah, heck yeah,
it was easy. So, but
you can't catch a fish, you catch a buzz.
I love it. But so the next thing, are you no longer I guess guiding in different areas? Or you for right now? Okay. And then go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for right now I'm pretty much Cali. We'll see how long I can stand that before I got to spread my wings a little bit and get back somewhere else. But I got a good thing going here. There's incredible fishery and incredible waterfowling, and I plan to be here for a while.
Okay. And for our listeners, let's say we get a listener out there and it's like, hey, would you mind to guide here? I mean, would you be willing to? Obviously, if the money's right, because we all have to make a living.
Exactly. Right now I just don't have the time. Starting my own thing up, I got to be here for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the reason I'm here, because there's so much work here. There's, I love fishing Alaska, but that's a huge investment, and you're working, 3-month season if you're lucky, and then your boat sits in the snow for, 9 months. So
yeah.
Whereas here I'm, duck season's over, I'm fishing season's over, I'm duck hunting. So there's just a lot more work here. Yeah,
absolutely. And then earlier I actually heard you say Texacoma. Did you ever duck hunt there?
No, my one of my deckhands, he runs a charter business out of there. And I've actually never fished it. I've been there, I've never fished it, but he sends me pictures all the time. He chases stripers and piles them up.
Okay, yeah, so since I've recently got into waterfowl, I haven't been back home in a while because the whole military thing, but I was actually telling Joe about it. I went out down there just to like kind of scout it out, and I was like, man, there's just ducks out there. And then I've come to find out there's actually a waterfowl reservation or refuge there. So I mean, I think I'm gonna hunt there next year and try it out and probably fish it, because I'm not too far from it. I used to deer hunt down in Decatur and close to the Oklahoma border. So I'm from North Texas, so I'm really close to the Oklahoma border.
Yeah, you gotta get on the other side of that border.
Yeah.
So what's your number one fish or target when you're guiding?
Right now, we're doing halibut and stripers. I mean, we're going after halibut. We catch some stripers. It's starting to get better every day. Water's warming up. Weather's getting nice. This is kind of the windiest time of year for us down here, and it's just getting good right now. And we'll be doing this for a while with the drought that we're going into. We didn't get a lot of rain this year. They've pushed back salmon season, so I don't think that's going to open till about mid-June, maybe even a little later.
Yeah, I'm taking what do you call it? So I'm flying back home to take the kids salmon fishing down there. And,
yeah, exactly.
July time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a guide, holler at me.
No, my dad would kill me.
Yeah.
No, I used to run some of the salmon boats out there when I was in high school. That's what we used to do, is commercial salmon fish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then honestly, when I thought before I got married, getting out of the my goal in life was to work for the happy hooker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smiths.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna work for the happy hooker, then join the army.
And now you're here.
Kids, yeah.
Get in that green, you know what I know talk about.
Yeah.
Well, he's in Louisiana. We're in Louisiana. I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're at in Louisiana.
By Lake Charles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how many happy hookers is there now?
Just one.
Just one? There used to be, back in the day, there used to be two.
Maybe there is. I just know the one, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I remember Happy Hooker, El Dorado, the Fury.
Yeah.
All those little,
all the
little
Berkey
party
boats.
Yeah, that's what we thought. I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to get out when I'm 22 years old, go back home, work for the Happy Hooker, and call it a day.
So
there you go.
I'm a big, especially for when it comes to waterfowl, I'm a big believer in using guides. And ever since we started this, because when I first, Joe first told me that he's going on a guided hunt, I was like, you're paying somebody to take you out to hunt? Like, I'm not going to, because it was different for me. Deer hunting, hog hunting, squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting, whatever it was. I could do that. But I found that you learn so much from that guide when it comes to waterfowl hunting in a new area or even the area you're from.
Exactly.
And I'm a big believer in water. So this year I'm going to waterfowl. I'm actually I'm actually getting out of the military. I'll be going back home. And there's a couple guys up there that guide. So I got in touch with them. So I'm going to do some guided hunts up there. And then I'll come back down here to Lake Charles, do some guided hunts during teal season. So,
cool.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. So I definitely believe in what you're doing as far as guiding. So, but as far as what you guys do there in Golden State, guiding service, correct?
Yeah, Golden State Guide Service.
Okay, you guys do fishing guides, waterfowl guides. Yep. Is there any other species you guys do?
We do turkeys.
Turkeys, okay.
Other than that, that's about it.
Y'all get a lot of turkeys up there?
Well, the Rios, man.
Tons of turkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I would have never thought that, honestly.
And they're easy.
But that's just me being ignorant. So I would have never thought that. That's crazy.
Hey, we used to turkey couple up in Vacaville and Fairfield all the time.
Okay, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Is that around the area you're hunting at? I mean, you have to say if you don't want to.
You know, I was hunting that a lot. But the ranch that I had out there burnt to the ground last year on that fire.
Oh, damn.
And I don't even have the balls to talk to them to ask if I can hunt it. They lost everything, man. Yeah. So I have a couple other ones, so I'm good. Did you pheasant hunt there a lot? Yeah, you know, up Grandpa's Club, we'd always kick them out of the ditches, and then they got the pheasant clubs. And when I was young, Gramps used to take us out to the Sassoon one, which is no longer around. Yeah, that was actually a good buddy of mine. Oh, really? The Chadbourne. Yeah. Yep, that's a good buddy of mine. Yeah, they've owned that. They owned that for years. I mean, what's funny about them is that family's been in California since the gold rush time. Oh, really? Yeah, they're one of the founding families that established the Fairfield Sassoon area. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I think they're doing all right. They sold a good chunk of land at a good time. Yeah, over there by the Jelly Belly factory. Yep. The Budweiser. Yeah. The
Budweiser. So here's a question for actually both you and Joe, because you guys saltwater waterfowl hunting and stuff. So you guys have targeted them diver ducks, but for somebody who let's say somebody like a veteran who moves to the West Coast and they don't have the money to get a boat. Do kayaks work to waterfowl hunt down there? I mean, what are they, as far as money, what are they looking for? Because I know here, I'm sorry?
I was gonna say hiring a guide.
Yeah, and I honestly recommend that to anybody. But let's say that they pay for a guide, they don't have, because I know here, look, and it's a little bit easier for guys here in the South because we can go to the marsh and just walk it, you know. Is there? I mean, can they find marshes? Is a kayak work? Because I know we've used kayaks, wood. I mean, timber, hunting the timbers and stuff.
So I mean, try to get back. So I grew up like my old man. Until I moved out in California, we used to turn our nose up on the divers. Like, right, I know my dad, like, hey, the only diver duck you're shooting is a canvasback. Anything that you better not waste a shell at.
Okay.
We puddle duck on the marsh side. Yeah, there's plenty of marshes. You can go out there to Grizzly Island and be able to walk it, or out west get a small kayak and go. Charlie probably talk about the divers out in the bay, but from what I've seen, and especially fishing, like we watched your Tangle Free video. Now I'm naming all the places out there because I used to salmon fish out there. We won't say those names out loud.
Yeah. Keep it down.
Multiple people that we pissed, including my old man. Man, I wouldn't go out there in a kayak.
Yeah.
You ain't catching me out there in a kayak.
Go ahead.
Big water, man. That wind gets blowing, which it normally does, and you're trapped out there. It's big water.
Okay. And I was just wondering, so have you ever hunted because there's a lot of military installations all through California, northern or southern. So is the Southern California different as far as like?
Yeah, it's harder down there.
It's harder down there?
There's just not as much. I mean, you're getting down there, it's getting deserty. There's not as much water. There's not as much birds, but you can get after it down there. There's some refuges to hunt. And,
okay.
It's kind of like anything. You put the time in and scouting and finding stuff. There's good hunts down there. But definitely on the northern half of the state is where it's definitely better. And so, California, unlike most states, has a huge refuge system. So you don't even need to invest in a kayak because there's so many refuges across the valley that you can go and hunt, and a ton of people do it, and you can get dialed in on all these refuges. And it's something really cool that California has to offer that a lot of states don't have as far as the mass of refuges to hunt. I mean, there's so much land in the valley to hunt for, guys that just want to go hunt.
Okay. So even in Southern California, the diving ducks, they're still not going to see what Northern California sees.
No. I mean, I can't speak on that a ton because I've never tried it, but no, I mean, they don't have what we have up here.
Yeah.
And if you look at a map, I mean, the San Francisco Bay is huge, and there's rivers. You got the McCollum and the Sacramento River running into it, and you get this huge brackish water and the food, and a lot of those divers shortstop. And if they're down, they're usually getting to the Sea of Cortez down in Mexico. There's a lot of divers, a lot of stuff down there. But as far as SoCal, and on lakes, they have them. I'm not saying they don't have divers, but it's definitely, we had Ramsey Russell out this year, and he straight up said he's never seen diver hunting like in the States as far as the Bay Area. I mean, the birds we have out here is incredible.
That's crazy. I'm definitely need to make a trip back. I mean, I haven't been there since I was a kid, and like I said, I don't remember much, but I'll make a trip back there. I'll probably give you a call for a guide and stuff.
Oh, heck yeah. Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Do you have anything?
No, man. I mean, we really appreciate it. It's always good talking to a hometown guy. To let some of the guys know that.
Yeah, he was acting like a little girl over here. Oh my God, I'm talking to somebody.
California's where it's at. You get hate because you're from Texas, but
hey, you guys got the Diaz brothers.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
Yeah, exactly. We got it all.
The blacktail. I mean, the only thing I say you can't get in California is a whitetail.
A whitetail deer. Y'all don't got whitetails?
No, we have muleys and
yeah, you do in Southern California. I've seen them run through what is that big lake in God?
Big Sur?
No, down south. It's like a man-made lake, big party lake. Man, I just by Arizona.
Oh,
Lake Havasu.
Havasu?
Yeah, Havasu. I've seen them run there.
I guess you might get them there, but usually up north is
there's none.
Whitetail muleys.
I mean, but y'all got a lot more mule deer and
definitely
a lot of There's one thing I wanted to go hunt while I was there, but never got a chance up in Northern California was the mountain goat and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but
hey, man, I really appreciate you being on the show.
Of course, guys.
Anyone listening, if you want to go out to California, you shoot some canvasbacks
or even fish.
Yeah, fish. Hey, check it out. Golden State Guide Service. Hey, man, love talking to you, and hey, hope to meet you at an expo or something one day out there.
Yeah.
I look forward to it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem, mate. Take it easy.
Hey, and I also want to thank Valor and Honor Outdoors for doing what they do. All the people we've talked to from Boss Shotgun Shells and Riceland Calls, Edible Outdoors and stuff. So we want to thank all of them for being on the show with us, and also Charlie to being on. It's weird calling him Charlie, but being on the show with down there in Northern California. But like always, y'all have a good one.